With respect to my personal taxes, I don't actually draw a salary or anything. My cash compensation is basically zero.
Which is a good thing, because income is a problem for most people, because they pay taxes on income. That was the whole point of the story, I think.
Yeah. I do have stock options that vest, and so in the years that but I basically with Tesla and SpaceX, I just have not really bothered to sort of take money off the table, which is a common, most people do. They sell some of their stock and they take money off the table. And for me, I just said, my money will be the sort of, it was the first in and it'll be the last out. The success of SpaceX and Tesla was far from assured, and there are many times when it looked like the companies would, and they skirted bankruptcy many times, but I never tried to take money off the table. And now this is trying to be turned around and made into a bad thing, and that's messed up. But when my stock options, just before my stock options expire, then I am forced to exercise, and my top marginal tax rate is 53%. So I don't think that's particularly low, and it's going to go up next year. It's like probably 57% or something.
When you sell.
Yes, and I have a bunch of options that are expiring early next year, so a huge block of options will sell in Q4 because I have to, or they'll expire. And my top marginal tax rate is 53%.
So you eventually will pay a lot of taxes.
Massive, yeah. I mean, basically, the majority of what I sell will be taxed.
I don't think it was alleging illegality. It's that wealthy people got to borrow against their stock.
Yes, they were saying that somehow borrowing is a trick to get away from paying taxes, but it's important to bear in mind that we've had a very long expansion in the economy, maybe the longest ever, and borrowing against stock is all sort of fun and games until you have a recession and you get the margin calls, and then you go to zero, which happens basically every time there's a recession.
Right.
Important to bear in mind, my actual tax rate is 53%. They try to make it sound like basically it was a big increase in the value of the Tesla stock, and then they added up. They just very selectively poked at the numbers to make it sound like I was paying very low taxes, but in fact my taxes are very high. They're over half.
When you pay them, when you will pay.
Yes, and a huge amount will be paid in the next 3 months because of expiring options. And there was 1 year where I think my taxes were basically zero. And the reason for that was because I had overpaid taxes the year before. I forgot to mention that.
You didn't call them back.
I got to call them back. They have no interest in the truth.
Oh, okay, all right.